Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Accounting for Real. My song playing in the background. First and foremost, I love you so, we fell in love. You. A day I will never forget. So, welcome back, YouTubers. Thank you for joining me today. So, today I have here on my counter, I'm going to make some homemade cupcakes. But first, this is just a few items that I want to put up in my cabinet first. Baking soda that just came from the store, so that's nice. I got baking soda, all-purpose flour, some more salt, and this is some sprinkles that goes on these cupcakes. And these are little, the little cupcake. These are little cupcakes. And also I have, I never even knew that they made this type of flour. This is whole wheat flour. Whole wheat organic flour. And confectionery sugar. I'm going to put it up in the front because I'm going to be using it. And then I have some more sugar. And this is, black pepper and pure vanilla. Pure vanilla extract. And then I also have baking powder. And I don't think I'm going to use this right now, but this is baking cocoa. I use that when I'm ready to make some chocolate cupcakes. And this is these are my measuring utensils. Okay, so I'm gonna close this cabinet up. It's just how I rearrange my cabinet, my seasoning cabinet, so that all the seasons that I need. So first, we want to start out with 2.5 cups of whole wheat flour. So I might as well let it down. Okay, whole wheat flour. Let's start out with this bowl right here. So this is 2.5 cups. So this is 2 cups. And 2.5 cups will be right here. 2.5 cups. And just shake it up like that. That's not quite enough. We got something to say this. So 2.5 cups. That's about it. It's about 2. It's about 2 cups. So put that in there. Then we have we need 1.5 tablespoon of baking powder. Let's see, where did we put the baking powder? Oh, here it is. So, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So this is like a teaspoon right here. So this is like a teaspoon. So 1 and then a half of 1. And then a half of 1. 1 and a half. Then we have a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Baking soda, let's see. Oh, here it is right here. So, this is baking soda. So, baking soda, let's see how we open this. Just on top, I guess. I didn't tell you how to get this thing off of here, but I'm just going to do it like this. There we go. And you have it where you can get it off. So it says, baking soda, a half a teaspoon of baking soda. So just a half a teaspoon. Not a half. And then we have half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. About a half. Half a teaspoon of salt. I don't want too much salt. And then we have 3 teaspoons of lemon zest. 3 teaspoons of lemon zest. So I'm just going to zest it like that. Just zest it like this. Just take it and, a little bit in there like that. Also, I can cut it open. Okay, and it says 1 teaspoon of unsalted butter. It's butter. Butter. 1 teaspoon of butter. The butter is already soft, so 1 teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon of melted salted butter. That should be enough. And then we have 3 large eggs. Eggs. It says 3 large egg whites. 3 large egg whites. Okay. simply do the egg whites. That's the yellow part, but the white part. Just the white part. That's the yellow part, but the white part. See? Just the white part. Oh. So 3 large egg whites, and next we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Vanilla extract. Okay. So it's vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. Okay. Flour over there that you use. And next we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla cream stevia. I don't have that. Half a cup of plain non-fat yogurt. Let's see. Okay, well, don't see the yogurt, so let's go half a cup, plus 2 teaspoons freshly squeezed lemon. That's the squeezed lemon. next we have half a cup of milk. Half a cup of milk. Let's see, half a cup. Just 1 cup. Half a cup will be right here. Just a little bit. Half a cup, a half a cup, a half a cup. Right here. In the background. So we want to stir this thing up. I got all my dry ingredients. Look at the sugar in. Let's see. Half a cup, a half a cup, a half a cup before. Let's add the confectionery sugar. Add it. Stir all the dry ingredients up. In the background. Alright, add a little bit more milk. That was a half a cup, so let's add another half a cup. Let's add our sugar. Confectionery sugar. So this is confectionery sugar. Oh, these are nice. And this is how the batter came out. Nice and thick. So the batter is almost ready. This is the muffin pan. You can use it for your. I always like to wash everything off when I. So, wash the pan off. And we have 12 cupcakes that we're going to put in here. And then I have these are little cupcake things, to put in. So open them up. You get like 50. You get like 50 in each one. So put them down in a pan like that. It don't even look like it's 50 in there, but it is. So they come out when you open them up. It looked like it was 50 of them in there, but it is. So I put everything up, I gotta put the rest of the stuff back up. The rest of the stuff back up in. So this is how it turned out with your little cupcake things. And then also I had these to put in when they get done. So just put the cupcakes in there like this. So what I'm gonna have to do is cook the first 12 and then cook the rest of them. And I never used. I need this. Looks like it's gonna take all of these. No, it looks like it's gonna take. So good. So, voila. Put them in and see how they turn out. Oven nice and hot. I guess I'll cook them on 250 for probably about 30 minutes. So when they come out, I'll put some of these on. So we got a little cupcake thing, so I will. So put everything back up in there. Baking soda, or put it in the fridge. Passing the sugar. My measuring cups. Voila, everything. Put everything up. All right. See, while the cupcakes are cooking, why not do a little more reading? How personal and internet security work. Just a little bit. A little ginger ale, a little Sprite. Okay. Look, how thieves can steal your identity. Yeah, that's what I want to read. Let's cut this music down for a little bit, y'all. Look, how thieves can steal your identity. How thieves can steal your identity. Well, you putting stuff in the trash? It says the term identity theft is a very broad one, and covers many criminal activities, from stealing credit cards to posing as another individual, including that person's driver's license and social security number. This illustration covers some of the most common ways in which identities are stolen. The most common type of identity theft is the theft of credit cards. Credit cards are stolen in many ways, including by hackers breaking into card systems and dumpster divers who look in dumpsters for credit card slips. In other words, you throw your credit card receipts away, there's somebody waiting to take your trash and steal your identity. For more information about credit card theft, see the illustration of how credit card information is stolen. Various internet scams can lead to identity theft. For example, in a phishing scam, you are lured via email to log into a web page and then enter personal information. Somebody send you an email, which I think what they call that is phishing. Somebody send you an email and it's a scam, and you open it up, and then they put a virus right on your computer. They said that information may include your social security number, credit card number, and your mother's maiden name, among other details. For more information about phishing, I thought it would be phishing, how phishing attacks can steal your identity, and how to protect against them. Spyware, keyloggers, and trojans installed on people's computers can steal personal information and send it to hackers or they can monitor every keystroke the user makes. Every keystroke you make can be uh, just what the hacker needs. You see how you show how you put all your stuff right there and you put it into trash, or how thieves can steal your identity and tell you. So, you all want to pick this book up, this book right here on Amazon. It's a good book. hmm Uh, some identity thieves can steal your identity the old-fashioned way by physical theft. They steal wallets and purses and use the driver's licenses, credit cards, and other identifying information they find there. Traditionally, one of the most common methods of identity theft is via a credit repair scam. A scammer claims to be a service that can repair someone's bad credit. To repair the credit, they say they need all personally identifying information, including your social security number, mother's maiden name, date of birth, credit card numbers, bank account numbers, and so on. Yeah, I heard about people that say, hey, give me $1,000, I can clear your credit up. I said, I always was leery of that type of situation. Give me $1,000, I can clear your credit up. I'm like, really? Traditionally, one of the most common methods of identity theft is via a credit card repair scam. They say a significant number of identity thefts are committed by family, friends, acquaintances, and co-workers who steal personal information. In other words, you can be working right with a co-worker, and they can steal your personal information, and you would never know they're doing it. They have your personal information, and then they got devilish men on their mind, and you don't know what a person could do. That's why sometimes I don't like to give my social security number even on the internet. When you're dealing with who is that? Creditors. I don't know if creditors will ask for your social security number on the internet. I don't really like to put mine. Sometimes they may say, "Hey, put your social security number." I said, "No, not really. Not me." Some identity thieves look for unprotected mailboxes. They then steal a person's mail and look for credit card and bank statements. So in other words, identity thieves, they look for unprotected mailboxes. This information can be used in many ways. For example, many government agencies require utility bills to show proof of residence, so an identity thief can use those stolen bills to help get a new identity. Many government agencies require utility bills to show proof of residence. Right. Because I know when I get my utility bill, it has my address on it. How thieves make use of stolen identities. When a thief steals credit card and bank information, he can empty the bank account and run up sizable credit bills, shipping the goods he buys directly to himself. A thief can also open bank accounts, establish credit cards, get loans from financial institutions, and so on, using the name of the person whose identity he has stolen. He then can write bad checks, make charges to credit cards he will not repay, and fail to repay the loans he has obtained because his real identity cannot be tracked. In other words, when a thief steals credit card and bank information, he can steal your credit card, bank information, empty out your bank account, run up sizable credit card bills, and ship the goods to himself. So I had somebody told me, a friend of mine said, somebody got hacked into her credit and bought a house. Shoot. So I said, you know what? He can then write bad checks, make charges to credit cards he will not repay, and fail to repay the loans he has obtained because his real identity cannot be tracked. In other words, a thief can steal credit card and bank information. So, right, that's why you see a lot of times on the news, banks have been hacked into, and even the retail stores. What's that? I forgot the name of that store. Macy's, I believe it was Macy's. Macy's was hacked into a lot of people's personal credit card information. A lot of people's credit card information was stolen. And it said there's a thriving black market for stolen identities. Many identity thieves don't use the information themselves. Instead, they sell it to others. In some cases, they sell their identities directly to other people, but in other cases, they sell them to gangs such as Russian mafia, who then resell their identities to others for a profit. So in other words, identity thieves, they don't use it, 9 times out of 10, they don't use it for themselves. They may use it, sell it to somebody else. And then it says stolen identities can be used for a variety of criminal activities, such as money laundering. In a money laundering scheme, someone uses a stolen identity, including social security number and other information in excess of a bank account. Money is then laundered through that account. Stolen identity. So in other words, somebody steal your identity and set up a bank account in your name and launder money from your daggone name and me and anybody else. So it is really scary. Stolen identities can also be used for illegal aliens or terrorists who want to hide their true identities and establish U.S. identities. An illegal alien or terrorist can be given someone's name, social security number, mother's maiden name, and other identifying information. So in other words, terrorists, they on the prowl, and they can steal your identity. My identity, anyone's. It's just we're fair game. So stolen identities can also be used for illegal aliens or terrorists. So that is very scary. Using that, he can get a legal driver's license, apply for employment, establish a legal identity, even though he is in the country illegally. So he in the country, illegal alien or terrorist, in the country illegally, steal your identity, get a driver's license made, identification card, get a job, and then they might think, they think it's one of us. So this is something else. I'm telling you how you can protect against identity theft. How you can protect against identity theft. Okay. Never respond to phishing attacks. Financial institutions rarely send emails asking that you log into your account. So never click an email asking you to do so. Never click an email telling you to log into your account. Instead, call the institution or log into your account on your own, not by following a link to an email. Right, check with your institution. If somebody send you an email and say, log into your account through this email, so they say never do that. Also, never give out your social security number unnecessarily. If a website asks for it, don't give it out unless it is a financial institution that requires it. I know I was just saying that a few minutes ago that I think somebody did ask me for my social security number. I believe that was like a bank when when you're trying to get filling out a bank information. A bank account. You try to apply for a bank account over the internet. I think they do ask for your social security number. So I know I applied for, I think it's Bank of America and different ones. They may ask for your social security number if you want to, you're trying to open a bank account over the internet. Sometimes you better off going to the branch. They tell you that everything is encrypted and protected and all that. Don't carry your passport, social security card, or birth certificate in your wallet. Purse or any other place where it can be easily stolen. I never carry my social security card with me, never. Closely track your credit card statements and bank account statements every month, looking to see whether it contains any suspicious charges. If you can access your accounts online, check them weekly. When using your credit card online, use it only on sites that are secure and use encryption. The encryption means it's coded, so the hackers can't, because they can't encrypt your code. In other words, encryption is the best way to go. When using your credit card online, use it only on sites that are secure and use encryption. So find whatever sites use encryption, then those are the sites that you want to use. So credit card scam and these hackers, this something else. So that is something else. I tell you. Install and use anti-spyware and antivirus software. This protects against spyware, keyloggers, and Trojans. So in other words, install anti-spyware and antivirus software. Credit card security. This is a real good book. What's the most insecure thing about your life? If you're like most people, it's your credit card. Or to be more accurate, your credit cards, because most people have multiple cards. Credit cards are stolen with astonishing regularity and account for substantial amounts of financial losses every year. So if you have a credit card and it's stolen, contact your financial institution, as soon as possible, because that way they can close that account and they can issue you another credit card with another number as soon as possible. So I had credit cards that I lost plenty of times, and I called and I told them to close the account and just, they issued me a whole new credit card number. That would ensure that, no one can use my card. They find it on the ground, they use it, but, for some places you can use a credit card, you don't need no PIN number. So people have gotten away with using someone else's card and then ordering a whole lot of stuff online, and they just send it right to them. And you'll wonder, what are these charges on my card? Most people worry about their credit card being taken when their wallet or purse is stolen, or when they give out credit card information over the phone. But that does not account for most credit card theft. The vast majority of credit card theft is committed by hackers who break into financial sites, steal credit cards in bulk. They break into financial sites. In the most infamous of all credit card thefts, the payment processor card system solution had 40 million of its credit cards exposed to possible theft when a hacker broke into its system. It's not only hackers who steal credit card information, though. People working at financial firms do it as well. In other words, people working at financial firms, just imagine you got your money in the bank and the people that's working at the bank is trying to steal your money. It's not only hackers who steal credit card information. People working at financial institutions, financial firms do it as well. And it says your credit card is vulnerable to hackers and insiders because many companies provide services to credit card companies, banks, and merchants. So many companies provide services to credit card companies, banks, and merchants. In fact, the companies that provide these services are more often than not the ones that are hacked into. The credit card companies and banks themselves tend to be more secure. The credit card companies and banks themselves tend to be more secure. The internet has become central to credit card theft and the sale of credit cards. They selling people's credit cards over the internet? That is something. Hackers use the internet to connect to financial institutions and hack into them. And scam artists have turned to the internet to steal credit card information. Yeah, we know that. Then they also go to ATM machines and they put those little devices on the ATM machines, and that's how they steal your credit card number, steal your debit card number, your bank account number, and get in, and withdraw your money. So-called phishing schemes in which emails lure you into providing your credit card information to hoaxers are one of the primary ways in which credit cards are stolen. So in other words, phishing. Don't open no emails that you're not sure of. Do not open them. Most of the time, those who steal credit cards don't use them for themselves. Rather, they sell them to gangs, often the mafia, Russian mafia or gangs based in Southeast Asia. These gangs then sell the credit cards over the internet, often for $50 to $100 each. This is a real good book. How credit card information is stolen. See? How credit card information is stolen. It says one of the most common ways in which credit card information is stolen is the simplest physical theft. A thief steals a wallet or purse with a credit card inside, or she steals the credit card itself. Dumpster divers. Then you got those who work in service industries. They steal. So in other words, don't throw your receipts away, your credit card receipts, your bank statements, and all that. Sometimes, a lot of times we think, oh, you know what, they not gonna, but nobody might not. But that's why I bought me a shredder. Get a shredder. Shred all your old credit card statements and um all your credit card information and all your your bank statements and stuff. So shred all that. Shred all your important mail that you don't want. Cause when you get mail, you be like, I got mail. I don't want to keep holding on to mail 5 years down the road. So shredder would be good. So shred your information. Those who work in service industries may steal credit card information when it is given to them over the telephone. In other words, you making a transaction over the telephone and you giving out your credit card numbers to the employees that work in the service industries, and then they steal your daggone credit card information. See, those who work in service industries may steal your credit card information. For example, someone taking hotel reservations or waiting on you in a restaurant might copy your credit card information and use it. So that is something else. The internet has become one of the primary ways for stealing credit card information. A scammer might set up a phony retailing website claiming to sell goods. When the credit card information is sent, the scammer then steals the information and makes use of it. It's all kinds of ways. It just don't make no sense. Now they can set up the scammer can set up a phony, fake website and just put pictures up there, make like they selling goods, and then get you giving all your information, and then they stealing your credit card information and taking your money and don't send you nothing. Phishing scams are increasingly used to steal credit card information. In a phishing scam, a phony email is sent to someone claiming to be from her financial institution. The site is designed to look real, but in fact it's fraud. It's a fraud. The vast majority of credit card theft is not done by stealing individual cards, but instead by hackers breaking into systems that hold large numbers of credit cards. Break-ins have resulted in hundreds of thousands and, in some cases, up to tens of millions of credit cards being stolen. So in other words, it's a big old scam. See, send me all credit card data. It's just showing you how. See that truck right there? How they can have it can be they can be operating a big operation and just be millions of credit cards. How financial firms detect credit card fraud. Excuse me. Following the black market credit card money trail. The dangers of data mining. How data mining works. The dangers of data mining. There's the dangers of data mining. So let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, they cooking. They almost ready. Oh, they almost ready. Oh, you know what? I should be making the icing. The dangers of workplace surveillance. How workplace surveillance works. In other words, how employers track employee internet use. So in other words, you're working for a company and your employer is tracking every website you're going on. How employers track employee internet use. Cause I took a course some time ago, and it was a technical course. It was a place called Technical Learning Center, and we didn't know that the director of the facility, the gentleman that was in charge of, making up the courses and all that, They said he was tracking every site we went on. Well, I mean, it wasn't a job. It was a learning center. But they said he was tracking every site that we went on. So in other words, they didn't want you even on your break. They didn't even want you even going on the internet. So they told one of my classmates, she was on the internet on her break. She was like, no, it's my break, but it's my break. Can I, they're like, no, you can't do that. You can't even do that on your break in some places. So, so it's best for you if you're on a job, why not bring your own device to work. Bring your own. And that way, on your break, you got your phone, you can go on your phone, you got your little tablet, or you got your iPhone, your tablet, your Kindle or whatever. So that way you don't have to worry about nobody else tracking every move you make. Take your own device to work. Because of how employers track employee internet use. One of the most common ways in which companies track employee internet behavior is through the use of packet sniffers. Packet sniffers are software that examines or sniffs every packet of data traveling across the network and stores it to a log file. An unfiltered sniffer captures every packet to the log, while a filtered sniffer captures only specified packets. For example, only packets that have passed into the network from specified websites. So in other words, packet sniffers, they put the software on a computer. So in other words, they got 100 computers and they put the packet sniffers on all of them. They want to monitor certain sites that you go to, because some people may go to pornography sites and, so be aware that those packet sniffers can sniff you and follow and find exactly what site you on. So do not do that on nobody's computer, not even your own. So make sure you're on some ethical websites. So, so employers track employee internet use. Packet sniffers. After the packet sniffer saves the packets to a log file, technical support staff can use log software to examine the file and reconstruct employee internet behavior, including websites visited, instant messages sent and received, and blogs the employee might have written. So they're tracking every move you make. So stay off the company computer. So you blogging, they checking, they snooping on that. Messages, instant messages with every website you visit. So be careful about those workplace computers. A more insidious kind of software is called a keystroke logger or keylogger. To use it, the keylogger is installed on employees' computers without their knowledge. See that? Keystroke logger or keylogger installed on a employee's computer without them knowing. So that way, you think you on a computer or you want to slip on a computer on your break, think boss man is not gonna find out, but it's like they can put a tracking device on your arm and your leg. They put it on these computers. Even when you're using your cameras, you have your house set up with cameras. You think you are protecting yourself. Oh, I have my cameras all around, but hackers getting into these cameras and looking all into your house. So if I was you, I don't have cameras in my house. So I live in an apartment, but I don't have cameras in my house, but we do have cameras. The property managers, we have cameras all on the outside, up, on the at the top of the building, or it's in the hall too. I think it's something in the hall, like in the hallway, but I don't have nothing in my home. But because I saw, I think it was on the news one day where hackers got into this family's hacked into their I think it was their doorbell ring camera, hacked into there and was talking on the thing inside their home. That's scary. What if you're home and your parents not home? Even if I'm home by myself. So I don't choose to get no cameras. I'm not going to get those cameras inside my home. If I had a house, if I was living in a house, I wouldn't mind putting the cameras all around, on the outside, all the way around from the front to the back. Now I would do something like that. But that's the best place to put them right on the outside. So, and then, I wouldn't mind having an alarm in the inside. Get you a nice alarm. I wouldn't mind having a nice alarm for the inside. And then, candles all around on the outside from the front to the back. And just put the alarm in the inside. That way, because there's so much happening nowadays. There's so much happening nowadays, you just kind of scared, A more insidious kind of software is called a keystroke logger or key logger. So in other words, they put them on employees, they put it on employees' computers without them knowing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I want to mix up the, let's check these, let's see, okay, they ready. They are ready. And there they are. They're done. Oh, they look delicious too. But since they're nice and hot, put them to the side. And what I want to do now is make the icing. Let's see. Let's turn the music back up while I'm making the icing. So these are the cupcakes they done. Yep, they done. That was a little soft, but that's good. Okay, so let's see some frosting. Okay, so we're going to do frosting, vanilla buttercream frosting. So we need unsalted butter. Unsalted butter. We need unsalted butter, confectioner's sugar, milk, and vanilla extract. Milk and vanilla extract. Okay, we need 3/4 cup of unssalted butter. 3/4 cup of unssalted butter. have our measuring cup. And we need 3/4 cup of unsalted butter. 3/4 cup. 3/4 is right here. 3/4 cup of unsalted butter. So it's already soft, so you know, it's already soft. Playing in the background. Like maybe a little bit more. 3/4 cup. That's about it. 3 cups of confectionery sugar. Let's get this party started. Put the butter in here. And we want 3 cups of confectionery sugar. 3 cups will be very sweet. Very sweet. I saw a man in the background. Let's get this party started. 3 cups. So this is say 3 cups, so it looks like I'm gonna need all of this. I saw a man in the background. 2 That's just a whole box. Said 3 cups. 3 cups of confectionery sugar. And next, a 4 cup of half and half milk or cream. So 4 cups, 4 of a cup. So I'm going to use milk. Half and half milk, or this is vitamin D milk I'm going to be using. Icing. I saw a man in the background. 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Alright, this is pure vanilla extract. 2 teaspoons. One, 2. So, three cups of confectionery sugar. I saw a man in the background. is the icing, homemade icing that I made. Trying to make sure it's smooth. Let me see if I can blend it a little better. Okay. There you go. So, let's see. Try to make it nice and smooth. Smash it up, because I ain't put not margarine, but butter. Unsalted butter, confectioner's sugar, vanilla extract, milk, and make it. So, let's see how. Let's try one. Oh, nice. See how it came out? Beautiful. Let me taste it. Oh, it smells divine. See? That's how it came out. You got one. Icing is great. And so, you take a little bit of these. there you have it. Homemade cupcakes with whole wheat flour. Let's try it. Let's try it. Mm. Well, beautiful. I'm going to sprinkle more. That's good. Mm. I ain't gonna be that sweet, but and I always have my little la probiotic. Cheers. Icing on it. So, add some more little, how many you want. Mm-hmm. So class, I want to say thanks for joining me today. And I'm going to icing the rest of these cupcakes. And share with the family. I'm not going to eat them all. Share with the fam. So thanks for joining me today. I finished my cupcake off right here. And clean up my little mess over here. Clean up my little mess. I want to say, class, thanks for joining me today. Cheers. So it's about an hour, so I ain't going to hold you too long. Thanks for joining me. Next time I'll finish reading out of the book, Internet Security. So be sure to make sure you have the proper security, proper security when you're running, on your internet. Proper security for your computer, your firewalls, your spyware and everything, all kinds of security that you need. So check with your, Office Depot, different places like that. They offer, security for your internet computer. So I want to say thanks for joining me today, class. And I'll see you next time when I'll read some more from this book. How personal and internet security works. So this is a very important book. That's a good book. So I want to say thank you for joining me today, class. County for real. I just made some homemade cupcakes with some homemade icing. So I'm going to icing the rest of these cupcakes and clean up right here. And thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. I think I want to do. I'll probably do another, another cooking segment on this video. So you all have a good one and take care.